Hello, viewers. A very good evening, and welcome to Africa in Beyond Television Network. So, this evening, let us take a look at what is happening in the nation of Zimbabwe. Advocate Fadzai Mahere continuously holds the government of Emmerson Mnangagwa to account, and she asks the reason why they continue to fail to prioritize the people of Zimbabwe. In a tweet, she said, "We welcome regional leaders to Zimbabwe. In fact, we wish they would come here more often. Zimbabwe is a beautiful nation in many ways. However, building luxurious villas in the space of 2 months in an attempt to impress these guests must be called out for what it is: a shocking abuse of state funds. Half the population is facing food insecurity as we face the worst drought in decades. 49% of the population live in extreme poverty. Hyperinflation has hit four figures. Public schools and public hospitals are in a state of extreme despair. And this irrational laguise is a slap in the face of the suffering masses. Why not make Zimbabwe a beautiful nation for the citizens so you don't resort to panic fixing when visitors knock on the door? There are many great hotels that could accommodate our important guests. This spending is misplaced. We need new leaders." This is what Advocate Fadzai is saying, and this was in response to this news article from Daily News Zimbabwe, which is speaking or talking about the government building 18 villas in Mount Hamden on the outskirts of Harare to accommodate SADC heads of state and government when they arrive in Zimbabwe for the Regional Blocs Summit in August. So it said that this is what is happening, and indeed the regime is actually celebrating, but honestly, this is something else. This is something else, something different. But we need to take a look again on something which is very important. Nick Mangwana, right here, believes that these are capital projects. These presidential villas, according to Nick Mangwana, are capital projects, and we have a problem with this because we are in a country where we have shortage of health facilities, we have shortage of solar plants, we have shortage of critical infrastructure, and they are not actually dealing with it. This is what Advocate Fadzai actually exposes and says, "Please stop digging, excuse the pun. In what way is building luxury villas a priority capital project for a country that can't build a new power station, can't build a stadium, can't fix a rail network, can't even coordinate a decent public transport system, cannot buy adequate equipment for dilapidated public hospitals, cannot provide adequate housing for the masses, cannot build schools, cannot secure clean tap water for the people, cannot feed the population because government says it has no money." Would you agree that prioritizing luxury villas with the current state of the nation is wrong? Where is the money coming from? Who got the contract to build the luxury villas? When did this go to tender? Very important questions raised by Advocate Fadzai here. No matter how Nick Mangwana will try to steer narrative, no matter how they will try to actually defend themselves, this remains the truth. So ZANU-PF dictatorship is of no use to the citizens of Zimbabwe. That is a fact. So we have talked about this issue several times, and the regime continues to turn a blind eye. What they are actually doing is wrong. This is not something we expect to see. Jela says some people definitely benefiting from this villa scam. Another looting opportunity. Yes, it's another looting opportunity, and Advocate Fadzai is actually doing it. But what shocks me is that those in parliament are actually quiet and are actually not addressing these issues. The major question is, why are they not addressing these issues, and why are they quiet? Why is it that these people are not being held accountable from parliament, directly from parliament? That is a cause of concern. So, just a few days ago, we were embarrassed, everybody, when the railway network was posted online, a dilapidated railway network. And I don't believe that those train drivers are still there. I will have to check if those train drivers are still there. Because an unelected and illegitimate administration is indeed a burden on the nation. Why do you rig elections when you cannot develop? when you cannot bring development? Why? This is what is happening. And, the shameless regime will continue to turn a blind eye. But this is actually embarrassing. Where are we going to actually look as a people? Everywhere go. Zimbabwean chet. Unosekwa mayangu. So this is what is happening. And advocate Fadzai Mahere is point and is trying by all means possible to make sure that she holds this government accountable. So if we look on what she has been posting on her X account, these are the issues in Zimbabwe, issues of concern, touching critical issues always, and making sure that she holds this government to account. This is despite the fact that she's out of parliament. This is what she's saying. Take a look on this one. She's actually showing the regime about these toilets. Anonyadzisa. Yet you hear kuti vanani kumangwana vanenge vachitaura propaganda always propaganda. So you would see that this is the problem which we have. We need the economy to function. Take a look on how these hooligans are doing. It's sad and it's very shameful. So it is what it is. We'll continue to watch and see. But what advocates Fadzai Mahere is raising here is the truth and remains the truth. Nothing will wash it away. The people of Zimbabwe are suffering. The people of Zimbabwe deserve better. And the people of Zimbabwe actually need change. So let us meet in other episodes as well as on the broadcast. Thank you very much for coming. Thank you very much for the support. And I appreciate you all. So let me see if I will be able to log out. Right here, my network is quite slow. And when it's slow, my system takes time to respond. And that will force me to continue being here with you. So it's said Team Zimbabwe that this is what's happening in the nation of Zimbabwe. And we expect better from regime. We expect better from President Emmerson Mnangagwa and his team. So thank you very much for coming.